to reacting to contact in a squad wedge or fighting wedge squad column. Essentially, in whichever direction that you take contact, let's say to contact front, the front element is going to get online and start returning fire. Okay, so the basic drill for reacting to contact is RTR. RTR, which means return fire, take cover, and return fire. Understood?
Yep.
So, first part, return fire. You two guys to contact front, everybody returns fire front or from alpha. Everybody from alpha returns fire front. These guys are not going to open fire. Thereafter, they're going to take cover such that they are on line. They are in an extended line. Okay? This could be somewhat staggered depending on where cover is, where isn't. But essentially, they want to be on line and returning fire to the contact. Okay. Meanwhile, the rear element is going to pull flank and rear security. Understood?
Yep.
This is going to be the initial stage as soon as you guys take contact front. Thereafter, the squad lead will either extend Bravo to the right or left of Alpha or tell them to conduct a flanking attack on the enemy, which we will come to later. The other situations wherein you take contact left or right in a wedge, let's discuss those as well. So let's say you took contact right. So team lead, AR, SL, team lead, grenadier, rifleman. These are the people who will return fire. They will then get online. Meanwhile, the rest are going to pull flank and rear security. Same applies for the opposite direction, and the opposite of contact front applies for the rear direction. Is that understood?
Yep.
Okay. These are the basic iterations of, well, that's all there is to fire team red squad column. Okay. Let's now quickly go over the remaining formations and be done with this and start with the practical. Next up, we have a single file. Before that, fighting red squad column is used when you've got broken cover. It's not too dense. It's not too open. You need to maintain all-around security and equally distribute your firepower. That is essentially when you occupy or take up a fighting red squad column. However, in other situations wherein the terrain is cut through, or when you need to maintain accountability of your guys, or need to conduct movement at speed, wherein everybody is not concerned with maintaining the formation more so, but getting from point A to point B, then you take up something called a single file. Arcs of observation for a single file would be, as I'm putting down the arrows. The first guy looks front, the second guy just picks any direction, left or right, and everybody down the chain just goes opposite of that. Okay. Now, from here, let's discuss short halt. So that's dynamic security in a single file, your arcs of observation during move. The second is short halt. So when short halt is called, everybody's just going to stop where they are, maybe close the distance with each other somewhat. Front guy keeps looking front, the rear guy keeps looking rear. And then everybody else just takes 3 to 5 steps in the direction they're watching. So if AR was watching right, he's going to go right, left, right, left, right, left, and right. And now you have your circle and all-round security. Okay? Is that understood? Okay. Very quickly, the location of each individual in a single file. This is the preferred order of march, With that, we come to a term called order of march. Order of march is the order in which individuals are marching one behind the other in a formation. Okay, so order of march in this scenario is Alpha team followed by Bravo team. Within Alpha team, you've got the team leader on point, the automatic rifleman, the grenadier, and the rifleman. And the exact opposite of this for the rear element, that is the rifleman, grenadier, automatic rifleman, team lead. Okay,
Yep.
understood? Okay, you've got team leads on the front and rear to make sure that everybody's moving quickly. Last formation is the extended line. Extended line is essentially used when you're assaulting a target or sweeping an area like searching an area. Okay, that's when you form an extended line. Extended line is normally, established extending from the point element or the point guy. So for let's say for alpha team, the alpha team leader could tell his team, okay, team extend to my right or extend to my left or just get online. In that case, in which case, if they're moving in a wedge, they'll just move forward and get online with him. If they were in a single file, they would simply pinwheel to his left or right to extend. Okay, does that make sense?
Affirmative.
I'm not showing this. My game is frozen right now. I'm waiting for it to get back in. If you could just, Roy, if you could just move the markers on the map to demonstrate to these guys. Yeah. Uh, right. For the rear element, that is Bravo team, the squad lead will tell them to either extend to the right or left of Alpha team or to hold rear and flank security as we discussed in the fighting red squad column. Okay. Is that understood? Key points in an extended line is you move shoulder to shoulder. No one individual be should be ahead of the extended line. Reason being, let's say if he comes across an enemy, the enemy is gonna face only one opponent during contact if just one of your guys is majorly ahead of the line. However, if all four of you come across an enemy at the same time, the enemy is facing four opponents, and then his reaction is going to be divided. The chances of you taking him down are more rather than him taking you out piecemeal as you come in front of him one by one. Does that make sense?
Affirmative.
The other the other key point here is that you need to move in your respective lanes, as in you must not go diagonal to each other and end up crossing paths. You have to all move in the same direction as called out by your team lead or your squad lead. Okay, gentlemen, uh, we come to reacting to contact. So let's say Alpha and Bravo, along with their squad leader, as I've put down on the map in the eastern side, were moving north, right? Uh, and they ended up taking contact to their front right. So front right is northeast here because they're moving north. Immediate actions by Alpha would be to form an extended line and return fire. So what they've done here is RTR, return fire, take cover such that you're in an extended line, and then return fire. Bravo would be covering the flanks and rear, right? From here, the squad leader will assess the strength of the enemy and the distance to them. There are situations here wherein either the enemy is too far away, let's say 200 meters, 300 meters away, or the enemy is too close within 35 meters. Where it's close contact, that is less than 35 meters, Alpha is immediately going to start fragging the enemy, as in toss your frag grenades at the enemy because that's grenade range. Okay.
Yep.
However, if the enemy was, let's say, 300 meters away, Alpha is simply going to take cover and return fire onto the enemy. What happens next will be the squad leader's call. The third scenario here is that the enemy is, let's say, about 75 meters away, uh, wherein situation might be a little different, which we'll come to subsequently. So this is the immediate reaction of the squad when they come under fire. The element that comes under fire establishes an extended line, returns fire. The rear element covers the rear and flanks of the squad. Whenever you come in contact, right? Let's say you were patrolling up, going north, you came into contact to your northeast. Whichever party comes into contact is supposed to give these three vital pieces of information. And remember, these need to be quick in transmission to the squad lead so that he can make a decision. This is direction of the contact, distance to the contact, and description of the contact. Let's say Alpha came into contact from the northeast. Alpha is going to call contact northeast 200 meters, enemy fire team. Understood? So essentially what's happening is if the Alpha came in contact by a fire team, Alpha being a fire team would be able to gain fire superiority because it's a similar numerical, like numerically equal enemy. However, if it was a numerically superior enemy, Alpha would not be able to gain fire superiority and they would start getting pinned down. In that scenario, what the squad leader does is that he extends Bravo team as well into the extended line, and Bravo also starts returning fire. Right?
Yeah.
Understood? So, yeah, immediate action of react to contact, turn fire, take cover, return fire, ensure that you gain fire superiority on the enemy. Is that understood? Okay.
Understood.
From here, we come on to squad attack. Let's say